And it's my honor and privilege to welcome our esteemed speaker, Mr. V.M. Ramalingan, and fondly known as Ram. Sir is a highly respected OD consultant, HR facilitator, executive coach, psychological counselor, and NLP master trainer. With over 35 years of rich managerial and consulting experience, spanning manufacturing, finance, marketing, and HRD. As the principal consultant of Vriddhi Coaching and Consulting Bangalore, he has worked extensively in the areas of leadership development, organizational development, assessment centers, coaching, and team effectiveness. And he is internationally certified in emotional intelligence, MBTI, NLP, appreciative inquiry, and whole system change, and has been associated with prestigious institutions such as ISAPS, NTL, AK Rice Institute US, and International OD Association. And for nearly 4 decades, Sir has been helping individuals and organizations understand human behavior, unlock leadership potential, and create meaningful organizational transformation. So, Sir, there's too much to say about you, and it was very difficult for me to articulate your introduction in such a precise manner. So, please join me in extending a very warm welcome to Mr. V.M. Ramalingan, sir. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You should say only thank you. And I cannot say more than that. And all this, what you told is, makes me to be more responsible to this excellent group of behavioral thinkers and behavioral scientists. So I feel that I started off my career in a rural area, and all that I did not go to elementary school. I was studying in my grandparents' house in different villages in Tamil Nadu, 3 villages particularly. And I was, I do not know what is happening to this lighting arrangement. Okay, right. Okay, right. Now I am seen better. I do not know. Light is that also I will switch off. Then I know. Now I am better.
No. Now you are in dark.
Dark, okay. Yeah. Many times I don't like to be.
Yes.
That is my being personality also. I want to be in light all this time because I'm an ear. And Akori immediately laughs because he has seen me. So these are the things I steal the light. These are some of my experiences I have to talk because I have to journey through my different roads. There are only 5 roads, and there will be some preceding thing. Preceding is nothing but telling about what has happened to me in my life before entering into behavioral science. That is 2-3 minutes only. And that is, I was working in production industry, trading, cooperative, the distribution of cooperative consumer goods and all that there in Salem district. That was the largest district at the time. From there, I came to banking because my classmate was deputy general manager. I went there as his subordinate. Immediately he resigned and went away, and he introduced me to the chairman. He was my classmate in PUC, pre-university class at the time, Tamil Nadu, in Madurai. And then I entered into banking industry. So I have production, that is manufacturing, trading, and also banking, that is a service industry. Now all these things I had been there. And in the banking industry also, they recruited me with 14 years service weightage with the hope that this fellow will contribute to this bank because it was the largest private sector bank then and now also. Now it has become Kotak Mahindra Bank. In when it was Vaishya Bank only, I was working. I retired as Vaishya Bank manager only, executive only. Okay. So these are my experiences. Some of the roads I traveled before entering into the behavioral science field. This is very important prelude for me because how transformation takes place in a person. When a person comes to lab, when a person comes to be there, we only believe that he is in the process of transformation when he enters here. For that only facilitators always aim. First of all, you understand yourself. And then you can understand yourself from your own eyes, from your own understanding. Then build a relationship and become a group, family. And that's why it is called as a T groups and GD. And this is how it has emanated. It has demonstrated. Once I came there, I understood that I am not fully prepared. I am not reading, so I will talk whatever comes to my mind. Okay. And there, it happened, some turning point happened at the end of 1985. I was a top performer in Vaishya Bank. 22 top performers. I was one of them. And three parameters, First parameter is deposits. Second parameter is lending. Third parameter is avoiding default accounts, default loan accounts, and making good profit. And that was also a factor. With all these things, I was selected as a top performer in 1985. As a rural manager also, I was a rural branch manager also, I was selected. This was very significant selection for me. And only 22 people, managers were selected. I was one of them. Ramesh Gelli was the chairman who founded Global Trust Bank also subsequently. He was a faculty in Administrative Staff College of India and all that. Yes. Asian Institute of Management, he was called as Asian AIM Tiger and all that. He was a very successful executive. He was there. And he organized for all the top performers. The program needs to be conducted. So I came to Bangalore. It was Windsor Manor Hotel. It's a star hotel. Right. There one facilitator came who made all the change. And he was chief facilitator. He's Gopal Valecha, G.K. Valecha. Akori may be knowing G.K. Valecha. As the chief facilitator, he was at IIM, Ahmedabad, then came to IIM Bangalore. And he was professor there. And so he was a person who transformed me into behavioral science. And he was conducting that 5-day program and he was telling so many things about it. These are the things that you need to go through. He did not tell anything, nothing prescriptive. And he experienced me for 3-4 days. It was 5-day program. Then there was a group discussion. There were only 4 groups. 2 people, 6, 2 people, 5, 22 over. So I was the third presentation. Then in the group I was sharing. This performance excellence, we have all come here. Yeah. You ask any question? Hello? If you raise a question, I will ask, wait for a question. Question is for clarification. And thought sharing is for adding value. This is I believing we can adopt in this group also. All of you are behavioral scientists and behavioral thinkers. So this when it is happening, one thing that happened was in the group, I was sharing something. I read the book In Search of Excellence. It was published in 1980, Tom Peters' book. I read that. And that's 2 years before behavioral science experience and all that. And so excellence for me is winning over myself, I told her, in the group. Winning over yourself. I may be the loser, but does not matter. That also benefits me. and I want to be the winner, then I overcome it. And I winners and losers. Like that, I wrote a poem. If you want, I will recite it like that. The group immediately recited Ram. Ramalingam, Mr. Ramalingam, because I was a successful manager and bank executive. So they asked me to recite it. I recited it. It runs like this now itself. I will recite because I'm impelled to that state now. That is winners and losers, I told. That is the title I wrote. And I wrote that poem. Many people did not believe. They went and Google and all that. Then ultimately it is yours like that. They confirmed it also. See, that is winners and losers. This I recited in many IAS in national events and regional events also. I have written winners and losers. You are all coming here. When you are entering, you are going to be winners. Winners and losers like that. In community sessions, I have shared it. Even in ISAPs. So this is something, winners and losers. Losers live in classic style. It is satire. I call it a satire. Classic style, you can satire. Losers live in classic style. In the never world of someday I will. They blame bad luck each time they lose and hide with sickness, drugs, and booze. The language booze itself will reveal that it is my own poem. Losers live in classic style in a never world of someday I will. They blame bad luck each time they lose and hide with sickness, drugs, and booze. Losing is a habit, so is winning. The way to change is by beginning, to live each day as if my last, not in the future nor in the past. To want it now, to dream it now, to plan it now, to do it now, to close my eyes and clearly see the person I would most like to be, my role model, Uday Parikh. At that time, I did not know Uday Parikh at the time when I recited. Think I know I can become my greatest coach and fan. That is also Aisha's principle. That also I did not know at the time. Think I know I can become my greatest coach and fan. Time the speech that takes the toll. And every day is my sure. There's no time, it's insufficient. Time, the toll, sir. That takes the time. You have to fit into the time, use the time very well and become effective. I think I know I can become a most uncommon man. Think I can become my greatest coach and fan. And then I think I know I can. This was what I recited in 1985 in my success programs. Where he was listening to his G.K. Velacha. He was a professional member of ISAPS and hers. IIM Bangalore professor. Before that, he was an IIM professor, Ahmedabad. Then he wanted, and then the presentation, when I presented, he asked me to do and say it again, Ram. Ram, he did not call us Ram, Ramlinga. I said only I am called as Ram. And he was asking, he was a professional member of ISAPS also. And he was a professor. He called his room and told, recite it and share your thoughts. And I may ask some questions. You should be willing to. So immediately I told, losers live in classic style in the never world of someday I will. They blame bad luck each time they lose and hide with sickness, drugs, and booze. Losing is a habit, so is winning. The way to change is by beginning to live each day as if my last, not in the future nor in the past. To want it now, to dream it now, to plan it now, to do it now. To close my eyes and clearly see that person I would most like to be. I think I want to be. Think I want to be my own coach and fan. Then I ended up with saying, time the speech that takes the toll and every day is my Super Bowl. Everything is Amadu Swarave. Enough time is there, yeah. You are only wasting. That means I want to become. I think I get time the speech that takes the toll and every day is my Super Bowl like that. When I presented that, G.K. Velacha, who was a professional member of ISAF senior, many people like Kauri, they may be knowing him.
Mm.
And he called me to his room. How do you know that? I was not a behavioral science connected at all at that time. I wrote it in 1980, 81, 2 days, 3 years before. And 1985 was this program. And then he called me and asked, and I think your behavioral science orientation, people related orientation, you are a different kind of a leader, even in the bank and performance and all that. I will tell Ramesh Gali, who is chairman, when he comes for valediction. And are you willing to go for human process lab in ISAPS? I do not know ABC of it and all that I told her. You go there and you are fit for people development. Then that motivated me. Within 1 month, I made a request to come to HRD of the bank. And then in 2 months, he came to Jaipur. Uday was there, you were there, and all that. Akori, all of them were there. I think Akori might have been president at the time. I do not remember. But
Yeah. Mm.
when I came, and I came and then I entered into this field. These are my experiences because I'm asked to share my experiences, and he will be also hearing Jain Mahavir. And Mahavir also was there. I participated in the lab first. There was a female participator, she was Parsi. I know, I can recall her from because of my age, I'm not recollecting. But Pratik Rai, I remember. He was my president, who was general manager of the chocolate company.
Mm.
Colgate Palmolive, he was general manager of HRD. He was my first facilitator. Lot of confrontation took place with him. And, these are all different kind of experiences. I never experienced it before. There is no teaching, there is no briefing. What to do, nobody has told. In the community session also, simply we shared our experiences and all that. We entered into labs. Labs were selected then and there. I have not chosen my lab. See, I entered there. And one of the 10 members at that time. And that is lab's biggest size was a 10 plus 2. 7 is the minimum. Like that, it was their standard because of behavioral science theory. So I was there, part of that. And in that was a great experience. There some catharsis was taking place. I did not know what was catharsis. And a lady was crying and all that. And people are crying. What to do, I do not know. These kind of things cry. You've seen the labs, only people will come and cry. Like that I was saying. It was not so many things to explore, it was happening. That I came to learn later and all that from BLHP. I was one person because bank was deputing me at its cost. So I went for many BLHPs and went through many years. You go to ALHP, they told I want some BLHPs, ALHPs. I repeated so many labs, about not less than 6 to 8 labs they participated. Then they told them, you please go to phase A, sir. Mr. Ram, you go to phase A. We are cleared, Go to phase A. Then phase A, I repeated. The history of phase A. I was looking at it. Sushma was telling, you are a funny fellow like that. So I'm talking about Sushma Sharma. Sushma Sharma, who is in Bombay, no? Then she was telling you she was president. Then under phase A, phase B, internship, I was going on doing internship about 8, 10, etc. And because I thought learning is my primary important, because bank is paying, I learn it. And this experience is very enchanting for me. Like that I was going on. I was one of the person who may be holding the records for maximum participation, BLHP, ALHP, phase A and phase B. And then internship also. Maybe in the records, when it is people go through that, they can find it. And then I went to NTL also. NTL also, I went and programs and encounter groups also at Esalen Institute. There also I went. So all these things happened. The first road was by going through all these things. My first road was formed. About my understanding, self-growth, self-development, relating to people is how meaningfully it can be established, how meaningfully it can be carried through, how I can be part of a group, how I can be part of a community and family. More meaningful, not accommodating, but be in acceptance mode. That's why I called it a first road. This was my first highway. My topic is journey through multiple roads. This was the first road I entered. You see, from there I entered. I immediately after that program of top performance and all that, Dr. G.K. Valacha was very much telling that he is a very ideal person for taking some leadership roles. And then he told me also, go to ISAPS, because he was a professional member. So when he told them, ISAPS professor, I did not hesitate. And then I made a request to come to HRD department in the training college. I want to be a faculty. I was about to be promoted. I did promoted thing. When I was not worried about not getting promotion. After my retirement, there is a career like that. I was thinking. After my retirement, also as consultant, this is what I was thinking. I had only 2 daughters, no son, and all that. So immediately I told him, I want to come to HRD and want to become a faculty member. I joined as a faculty member, all that. So Ramesh Gali helped for him also. I'm thankful. I'm acknowledging it right now. Then immediately, but my DGM told Amarnath Mitra Mustafi, who became subsequently Sikkim Bank chairman and all that. That guy was telling me, Ram, you are committing executive suicide. And your career will go. You are getting promotion, growing. And why are you leaving this? But I told this what I am liking. Yes, I do not have much stake in my life because my daughters will take care of themselves. My wife will take care of my family. My wife knows how to earn income by saving. Only by saving she can income. Yes, it's and she will not spend money. So she will manage it. And like that, and I came and I joined a training college, primary training college. And in that was a big change for me. And I came, what happened there was, joined the training college. In the training college itself, the first floor, a room was given to me for rent-free accommodation. And apart from that, there was a library. I can buy any book and read. That was above me. And I was conducting programs. People also liked it because I was sharing experience. People thought that I was very humorous. That is also one thing. And they liked his session is very interesting because humorous. I told meaningful things, unmeaningful things, and all that. Everything is humorous for them. They are bank employees. And I was going through that experience. Then within 2 months, I was deputed for Clark Summers lab. And that was my entry into behavioral science. Emotionally so much charged my entry into behavioral science. when I entered there, the first lab, Pratik and another lady was Parsi, was related to Tata. And she could not become professional member. She went both of them. And I will tell her name when it comes to my mind. Because of my age, I'm forgetting all. But it was a great experience for me. One lab only impacted me to that extent. Then I went over different labs continuously. So many labs, basic lab and all, 5, 6 labs I attended. Then I went into ALHP, all that. And the communication pattern was totally different. That's a major shift I had. See, the most important shift is, you see, that is in organizations, elections and formality are very important. How to address the general manager, how to address my boss, how to address my client, and the formality is very important. Eloquence also is very important in organizations when I was working in 3 types of organizations. Second most important is persuasion and direction, directing people towards discipline. Otherwise, I will charge you. I will frame charges like that, direction. And persuasion of clients, the customer, and etc. These were the two focuses of organizations when I was working. Third one was expertise and sensibility. I have to be an expert on everything, otherwise I will not be respected. Communication and industrial law, labor law, this law, that law. So expertise was very important and sensibility of communication. I cannot simply say something and get into trouble with union, that was very important in organization. And from there, when I came, I realized same thing. What I thought was simplicity and informal. In behavioral science, lab and all that, your communication has to be simple, not complicated. And informal. Boss is not boss. Facilitator is not the boss. And members are not having a hierarchy. And I have to be informal. This is the most important big shift when I went there into behavioral science field. This is the most important road my journey started. And it was another thing is my road. Second road was should be expressive. One thing is expressive and it is non-directive.
Ram sir, I have a question.
Yeah, ask.
So, you were working in a bank, which is a formal, structured, you have to follow all the sets of hierarchy. And then going to a lab, which is unstructured, that there is no, however, there is a structure, but it's a learnings, you don't know, where it's going to, insights are going to come from. So how did you, your learnings, which you learned in the labs, you ensured that, you go back and apply them in your personal life, professional life. So how did you do that?
One thing that is very very important was eloquence and formal moved towards simplicity and informal communication. That is one aspect. Second aspect is persuasion and direction was the focus in organizations. But when I came to behavioral science, I became expressive and non-directive. Non-directive communication and also expressive means I brought my whole self into whatever I'm saying. This is what I am feeling. Like that, I'm bringing myself into a lab. And somebody says, even an idiot says, it may be your view, it doesn't matter. But how I consider consider me as an idiot, and can you say something? Idiot means he is not I'm not agreeable to your thinking. That is only idiot. It does not mean I am a useless fellow. Like that, I will confront. You understand? Openly, I will express, accept him. I will not attack him. See, this was the second method. Communication pattern has changed. That is the most important. Just so you are asking, very essential question. My communication pattern has changed. Till this day, I am telling you. The third one was expertise and sensibility. I have to express sensibility. But here sensitivity. This is a feeling and acceptance and all that. So that was the third term. The expertise means I should understand labor law, I should understand management law, this law and that law. And here I need not know any law. Behavioral sense anywhere, see any law have you come across in your learning? Anybody I'm telling you, no law. And you have freedom. And you have the only one thing that you are not causing damages to a person. He can only go to court if it is United States, but here he cannot go in India also. But the third and most important communication measure. See, exploring. Exploring means open communication. Just so you asked, very essentially nailed the point. That's why I'm telling this. Exploring, open, process focused. All our interventions are process focused and not person focused. When you told this, what happened only, based on that only, some sharing takes place by facilitator. Because it's process first coming. Whereas in organization is person focused. From there I made a big shift here. I like this because I'm ENFP. I'm a generalist. By my personality, I'm like that. It immediately fitted me. And sensitivity. Sensitivity means the most important point of sensitivity, non-offensive. In my lab or in my program, I have never offended. I have confronted but not offended. Confronting and offending. That's so different. I'm disagreeing with what you are saying. When I am saying it is confronting. When I offensive, why you are wrong when I say this offensive. You understand? That language I developed, and I am continuing till this day. I am appreciated for it. I have not lost my friends. I have never lost a friend. And I told you, if he chooses to go away from me, it may be because he had a better choice, not because I am not acceptable. This is something that is very important. And in feeling, only positive feelings are expressed in behavioral science. I like you.
Sir, I have another question, and this question.
The third point is inclusive communication.
Yeah.
I want to take him with me and in my relationship. That always it is demonstrated in human process labs and other behavioral interventions. And you see that you can say that. In behaviorally, when you do, it is called intervention. Otherwise, if you see you are telling something, it's okay. Yeah, please ask Jesu.
And sir, this question is to, I think, most of the behavioral scientists who are available in the call today, and not only to you. Earlier times, it was very, very, and the organization was also very supportive, taking out 5 days for the uh, labs, and then doing a BLHP, ALHP, phase A, phase B. But what I see in my generation today or the next Gen Z, a powerful tool or a powerful intervention tool, it's dying its own death. So to keep it alive and to keep it giving to the next generation, what is the suggestions of the behavioral scientist in the group here? I open this to all the ICEPS professional members.
Yes. One is monetary benefit, another is human benefit.
Yeah.
You understand this thing. My husband and wife, If he spends more there also, I continue. For 60 years, I have lived together. See, this is the relationship related issue. That is one thing. And another thing is, in learning, sacrifice is more important than acquisition. In behavioral science, particularly, I'm telling you, sacrifice is more important than acquisition. See, I have to sacrifice something. If you are not deputing me, I will not continue in this organization. To tell that how many people are having the courage. If it is not so, somewhere else some source will be available. From there you will learn. Or somebody else would have done it. You may be your neighbors or known people. See, when you enter into ISAPs, how many colleagues you build there? Can you talk and tell what happened in the lab? What is anything, any new insights like that? Are we sharing? If you are not sharing, it is our mistake only. Because behavioral science is something that is not benefit oriented, but development oriented of a person. It's totally different. You asked a very vital question because you know about this path of behavioral science in ISAPS. ISAPS is totally different from wherever you have studied, in your life also. I'm telling you. And Mahavir Jain would have told so many things. But did you believe after coming here only you realize all these things? You understand? And anybody else want to share some of their thoughts, they can share. I am willing for others to share. This is my thinking. Because I have been asked to share my experience.
Yeah, I think, Kirodh.
So,
Yeah.
I'll take from what Ram said about being responsive, to be sensitive to what is happening. So, yes, so we also need to be sensitive to the client. Unless we are sensitive, the client will simply go on, take its own path. So, yes, I agree that we need to also, uh, make it less number of days. It may be a different objective, it may not be the same objective, and the learning would be different. But I do agree that we need to respond to the client's needs.
I understand. See here, whatever change, very relevant point. Because the entire focus of lab and continuous learning in behavioral science is client-centered. So it's client-centered. If I'm insensitive to the client and they try to enforce something into him, then it is not in the path of behavioral science or OD. That is the most important thing. And what else is there? Were some constraints have to take place. My values, my beliefs, my caste, and all that, so many things, believe something. I cannot bring it into here. A client may be another caste, another person, another thinker, another religion. And so here, I cannot make interventions to break through those kind of thoughts. That is where I have to be very careful. I have to be open. And my thoughts are different from his thoughts are different. This openness is very important, essential. You ask a very relevant question. In some training programs and all that, people say this is the best way. I want to say that. I would not have told because you have worked with me for a long time. And have you ever tell that my way is the best way? And I have not told. And you joined me and worked in NLP and Enneagram and all that also, and all that you had been there and working. And you have done successfully well as a consultant also. That is why it is happening is because the real way of going through this, somebody happens like that also. as my professional colleague, and also I have every right to mentoring. That's why mentoring process also is accepted here. That's what I want to say. Okay, Pradeep. How do you feel? Okay, right. Right, or something more also you want?
Yeah. So,
This is.
yeah, I think thank you for addressing that, and thanks, Mr. Patnaik, for adding your.
Here a close up. My
Yeah.
different roads, First road is over self.
Yeah.
I think Nanti is trying to say something. Are you? Koriji?
Akoroji, you wanted to comment? You wanted to say something?
Hmm?
आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, सर?
Sorry.
No, no. I was not to come. I had nothing to share. Only thing that probably the Jasul's question that about the client. I think the very basic concept of consulting
Yeah, good. You are right.
is itself has to be is it rooted into the pleasure of understanding the process?
Good.
When
Good.
you are doing things,
Mm.
you get the results. That is one thing that gives you happiness, satisfactions. But besides that, you also, by way of practicing behavioral science,
Yeah.
you are in a position to understand the processes by which you are achieving the results that
Yeah.
is before you.
I know. Processes are more important.
So the happiness of understanding the process
Yeah, good.
is probably an extra source of happiness,
Okay.
particularly for the consulting. So I am saying that the consulting, if you do consulting as a service to the client, that is one part. But the behavioral science people, when they are doing consulting, they have got the extra pleasure of understanding the process.
Understand?
That is your, that adds to your
Non-participative communication. Participative communication is very important in all our OD. Where done OD, appreciative inquiry, everything is participative. You understand? That is what is the most important, and I have only limited now.
Thank you, Akoroji sir, for making it. Yeah, actually, I understood that what you are trying to say.
Now, another 50 minutes are there, so I will say my second path is personality analysis. MBTI, three things. One is MBTI, another is Fairobi, another is Enneagram. All these things I am certified. MBTI from Otto Kruger Associates. Yes, Otto Kruger, you may be knowing. With Otto Kruger, I did MBTI program and Fairfax, Virginia. And then second thing is also I have done with Fairobi also with him. Then thereafter, third thing is International Enneagram Association. That's how I started Indian, the Enneagram Society of India I founded. And it happened because I was the first person to be qualified in Enneagram. And all these things are my personal, that is my second road. Third is coaching, counseling, and mentoring. My third field. See, I'm rushing through because I have limited time. These things are very important. One is coaching. Coaching means it's always why it has gone. You do not know why it has gone.
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you. We can.
See, something has happened. Now, what happened is the first thing is coaching. Coaching is focusing with something on which he wants to develop. That is coaching. We can talk about it for another 15 minutes. That's okay. Counseling means he has a difficulty that he has to overcome. Okay. Coaching, counseling. Mentoring is a leader develops his junior. Generally happens in organization. All these are interrelated. Soft skill related only. I do not want to take much time on this because time is not there. Then, the fourth and more important thing I separated from here was that was the fourth thing was about what do you call that? Coaching, counseling, mentoring. Then I go into this is the most important thing. That is the important thing is that coaching counseling is also therapy. What happened? Why it is it has been switched off?
We can see you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, no, very good. And therapy. And the last but not the least, that was the fourth road I have traveled in health and CBT, cognitive therapy draft, where Ajay Kumar and all that I have attended. Then another thing was from a person who traveled from New Zealand and he did his timeline therapy. And that is another thing. Like that. Some therapy was, and particularly I will say MLP based, MLP and hypnotherapy. With the hypnosis, that was a great experience. I was with Milton Erickson. In the Milton Erickson, that program, that was with him in Las Vegas. I spent about 8 days of time with him. He hypnotized me and all that. Hypnotherapy I learned from him. Thereafter, Abdul Hakim in Madras had program. And therapy I have learned something that is called as therapy related program, that is relating to touch related program. And so I have gone through those programs. And I had been using it also. That's mostly I'm using it now. Because many people are not using like this. Time is over. Time is over. So that is what it is. So now that was then large system influences. That was OD, institution building, group development, and all that. For all that. I went through very, very long journey in NTL with Uday Parikh, so many people who have enriched me. And this were group development and all that. At the end, what I want to say is for that I do not have enough time, so I will say that it is. I have 10 commandments that I wrote over my professional development. What are those 10 commandments? First and foremost, my living will be for 100 years. 120 is the possibility. 100 is a certainty, 120 is the possibility. My own 10 commandments based on Christianity, and I have given it. That is first thing. Second most important thing is, first is about life. And second one is the most important thing that I had that, boasting is my birthright. That's what many people question. Boasting is my birthright. Putting down others is my crime. That is the second thing. I can't not learn. Continuous learning is excellence. Profound simplicity is my guideline. That is my third commandment. And the fourth one is I don't lie for my benefit. This is the basis of my three values: authenticity, transparency, and spontaneity. This is the most important thing on fourth. I don't lie. It's true. You might have experienced many things I shared. You do not like. They would like people to transfer, and I had been transferred. See, I was saying that was the fact. I don't lie for my benefit. And that is the most important thing. It is the base of my three values: authenticity, transparency, and spontaneity. These are my values. I don't lie. That is the thing. That is very important. I may lie for others' benefit. That's a different thing. I have lied many things for others, but I have not lied for myself in my life, I am telling you. Guilt and jealousy are the two dragons on the road of my life. Guilt and jealousy. I dread them and desist them. This is the sixth one. Seventh thing is anger is acceptable when expressed acceptable. Anger is acceptable. It's expressed acceptability. When anger is impacting me, I need to act within myself instead of projecting it onto others. This is my seventh. Perfection is the horizon. Performance is my pursuit. Perfection is the horizon. Performance is my pursuit. I want to proceed to precede. I want to proceed to precede. I want to think ahead of what will happen. Not only simply following. That is my again next thing. Perfection is the horizon, performance is my pursuit. I want to proceed to proceed. Next one, 8 is sojourns. 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 Sojourns are the essence of my journey. Relax, reflect, reconsider, revise, and reconfirm. These are very important aspects of sojourns. Sojourns are parking places in my learning path. The roads I am traveling, 5 roads I am traveling. Milestones happen once in a mile. Landmarks I make happen. Milestones happen in my life also. The same thing. Milestones happen once in a mile. Lands happen. If I will, I will. Decision, decisiveness, doing, flexibility are my personal powers. This is my 10 commandments, affirmations. With this, I close and almost over. Anything, if anybody, ask any question, there is 5 minutes more.
Yeah. So I see a hand raised. So Tusharika, you wanted to come in and you want to ask a few questions here.
Who asked?
Tusharika, you there?
Pardon?
So,
Who asked questions?
yeah, Tusharika, she's coming in.
Hi, I'm audible, Jasu?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sir,
Yeah.
Ram sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, I'm audible.
Sir, you are a master, a learned of understanding human behavior. But I'm just curious to know what is the biggest misconception people have about understanding each other?
Mr. Thing is, one thing they do not accept that other person. First of all, he may be an idiot, but still I have to accept. Because my opinion is idiot. But he may be having different opinion about one thing, he will pursue that. When I engage with him, I have to say, what you say is not impacting me, my friend. And impact me, you may have to think a little different. Otherwise, it does not matter, you continue. We have to give permission to idiocy also. Otherwise, relationships, husband and wife also, it happens in so many things. In religious things also, it happens many times. In religious things, there are many things that are common. Christianity, Hinduism, or anything. And I am telling you, even Islam. But we are all fighting with each other because somewhere what is linking us, we are not understanding. This is my answer. In society also it happens. And between husband and wife is more happens. My wife is a vegetarian. I am a non-vegetarian. If you don't eat, what will happen to you like that? She will ask. If you are not eating, what happens to you? I will ask. She, and you be there. You have to give me permission to be here like that. 60 years of married life, we have lived together. You understand? This is accepting each other. Acceptance is more important than analyzing and understanding. If you start analyzing and understanding, then relationship will be very difficult.
True, sir. True, sir. So what is happening? We see always what is happening, but why it is happening, we ignore or we miss most of the time.
Yeah. See, we are not missing the persons. We are missing their behaviors, intentions. You understand the most of the thing. Then we generate it to understand. That is why many divorces are taking place because of that. See, when I am doing counseling for I call it as a relationship counseling. I don't call it as a marriage counseling. And there are many people who have come, then there are they linked and they lived in married life with 4 years old child and all that. Because they did not explore some aspects. When they come and I was doing, and I was also taking them through some hypnosis process. And what happens means they cry in hypnotic. Husband also important for you, otherwise why tears is coming? Oh, my 4 years child, but whatever it is, that for that husband is important. When I say this, they get married. They go over to the marriage, they withdraw their divorce suits. All this is happening there. That's a very round question. Relevant to marriages and all, but relationships. Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Thank
Gajendra
you, sir.
here.
But your name, please. Have you met?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have met in the earlier sessions. So this is Gajendra. And sir, you said correctly that we do not we need to analyze and understand. But my question to you is, sir, that nowadays, instead of analyzing and understanding other people, sorry?
Perceptions. Perceptions are more important than analyzing. That's what I was telling.
Yes, sir.
Analyzing happens to me, but analyzing is not important. Perception is more important when I do. And the analyzing happens through personality instruments. That is third entrance. Come to know it. Thereafter I talk. That's what is more important.
Yes, sir. So, basically, before even have a perception of anyone creating a perception, we tend to judge the person in front of us. So, how should we go in order to understand and create a complete perception before even going for the judgment?
No, first important person communication process is listening and clarifying. These are the two important things. Clarifying is by asking. The perception is you are saying what you are seeing, what you are hearing. Third one is what do you think about it right now? If I say this, what is your opinion? Like that, we have to ask them. And they will say, I don't accept that. For example, if father is an idiot, then should we ignore him or then love him as father? We ignore whatever he says, but we have to love.
Yes, sir.
You see, these are feelings are relating people. It is not thinking and knowledge and higher qualification. PhDs, highly qualified doctorates and all that, They love their children. They love their friends. They like them. They get angry with them. They are in grief with them. All natural feelings of 4, 5 feelings. One is love, affection. And nothing is bad. Natural feeling is nothing bad because in the here and now you are impacted by me. Only what feeling happens is very important for me.
Yes, sir.
Here and now, only feeling. But this fellow also you may think, but I don't know. You understand? It does not matter. And you may be angry also. You may be grief. Why I asked this question to him and all that. The fear also. So I may be caught on the wrong foot. Like that fear also you may have. But you may enjoy also. Joy also can have. And love also can happen to Ram. See, all these are natural feelings. Guilt. See, that's why I told in my 10 Commandments. The guilt and jealousy are very decisive. I don't like this, like them. And
Yes.
Thank you, sir. So I think Mr. Ramesh, he wants to come in. He wants to ask you a question.
Yeah, Ram, it has always been a pleasure to listen to you. My thoughts, which I want to sound it off with you, is every time we go through an experience, we create a framework for ourselves to protect our fragile ego. And in a relationship where we need to accept people as they are, we need to break the frameworks, and in a frameworkless state, we need to accept them. Because when we put a framework, we judge them, we see them through that window. So how do we do simultaneously create a framework, break it, and look at relationship and come back? So this continuously keeps happening as a cycle within us. Your thoughts on how do we deal with these two aspects?
I will talk about this, and I will also tell you are the successor of Gopal Valecha, who was my guru. S.A. Chandran Institute, you became director after his death,
Yeah.
That's one thing. And that is, in addition to that, openness is the significance of behavioral science. And openness cannot be inducted, it has to happen. If it is, because it has to happen, it happens because we are not forcing it. Any openness, if you force some, this is the correct thing, like that when we start talking.
Yeah.
It cannot work. This is the essence. Ramesh, you are traveling in the car, it seems that, okay. And I liked, sometimes you wanted to share, we had been sharing. And this entire group, my dialogue, because with now, what has happened is, and see, one thing is, Akavri and Mahavir Jain and Jasu and all that. And also, Uday Parik's daughter I'm meeting for the first time. These are all great things for me. A great impact. In my next thing I met Uday Parik's daughter, I will say. I'm telling you, it's the truth, Don't tell a lie for my benefit. It's the truth. So all these experiences have been created because Mahavir he told this and he invented me. And also he is bringing in next many sharings are taking place. and unfortunately TV Rao is not here. and he was the third presenter. Partha is not salary. First presenter. Partha is there. TV Rao is there. He is not there. Kiraz Patnaik is there. So these are some of the things that, and I don't
Thank you,
know
Ram. Thank you.
how far I took it through my topic of journey through multiple roads. Therapy I have not covered fully. Before that, coaching, counseling, and all that I have done third. The second was personality and all that, and the MBTI and other things. The first and foremost thing is about my self-growth and laboratory experience and all that. What I have learned about, what I have observed and also owned myself as part of it. And these are the important things. It is good. I learned. I think CN is coming.
It's going.
He's leaving actually.
Oh, CN was there in the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not talked to me. He was my good friend, Many people I miss like this. It does not matter. This time I miss, next time I will get.
So any last comments from Akori Saab, from
Yeah.
Sushma, Mr.
Now
Patnaik?
I have now make some expression. I heard Ram sharing his experiences, and in that I also experienced a lot of enjoyment of his own experience. And that is what I felt, that even the number of things that he started saying about the 10 commandments, and also these are all the part of the experiences. Now I see Ram full of enjoying experience, and that is the greatest gain that I wanted to check also, that when we start enjoying our own experiences, and then the experiences become a source of pleasure. That is the stage that we have now reached. And that is what I was trying to find out. And don't limit it by putting it into the frame of, another colleague was talking about it, making a frame of 10 commandments, or sort of isolating the topic like the transparencies and the simplicity. These are all part of the experiences. When we start enjoying these experiences ourselves, that is the greatest gain of traveling in a process. That is what I just wanted to share. And I had now the pleasure of seeing Ram start enjoying that. And that is what I was also trying to check from us, that when we learn to start enjoying our own experiences may have varieties of the seeds, but whatever is there, when we start learning to enjoy the experiences.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So with that note, Ram sir, can we call it a day? So Gajendra, over to you. Can you please close the session for the day?
What Akori was telling, because he's such a senior most person in the whole group now. So he told her, you have done so well in organizing this, and of course, some of the boundaries you took care and maintained it, including time boundary. And I say, I liked it, and task boundary, and role boundary, and all that you maintained, all these things. And I appreciate you, and also to Sharika, who worked with you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Gajendra.
Thank you so much, Ramlingan sir. It was great pleasure to hear from you, and thank you,
Nothing.
Akori sir, and thank you, Jesu, for organizing this event, and thank you every participant to join this event and making this a memorable event. So with that, I'll see you in the next session that we'll have.
Which
So thank
Shushma is doing. So we will soon
so
announce the
ma'am,
date
you.
and the topic.
yes,
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'll
Shushma.
look
yes.
forward to that.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for confirming us, and we will be looking forward to that session.
Thank you,
So
Ram
thank you
sir.
everyone for
Thank you, everyone.
participating in
Okay.
great
Thank you
session.
so
Thank
much.
you.
It was wonderful session, and it was wonderful
Uh,
listening to Mr. Ramlingam. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah.